Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. Hey, it's news season again. There's actually stuff to talk about, which means there's actually some shows to be held. This last weekend, we had the Letter from the Producer Live number 79, our patch 6.5 part 2 preview, which comes with some pretty interesting bits of info regarding feedback of certain features and things that you can expect to enjoy when the patch actually drops. And a few things after. Chicken, but only if you're in Japan, at least for now. Maybe we'll get somewhere else later. But anyway, let's start the show. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course, joining me, my partner in crime, Sly. How you doing? How you doing, boss? Hi.
I'm doing good. How are you? How's the crowd control treating you?
Oh my goodness, Elden Ring crowd control is a wild fever dream of fascination and fear all at the same time.
I have in the next couple of weeks I have Mario Party 3 crowd control on the docket.
Oh yeah, those are supposed to be very wild as well. I've heard good things about the crowd control for that. Oh boy, yeah, I've learned that it doesn't matter what game I play. If my chat can harass me with balls, they'll find a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good way to start the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
That's all they care about. That's all that matters to them. Thanks, chat. So we had our live letter number 79. It was our usual part 2 live letter for patch 6.5. Normally we would watch the trailer at the start of the show, but we're not going to because Final Fantasy IV music on YouTube is a pain. In fact, all the old Final Fantasy music on YouTube is a pain. I get claimed and striked and strucken and all that stuff all the time for old Final Fantasy. Most of the time it's like false claims too, but it's just such a pain. I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
So we're just not going to watch the trailer. That being said, it was a pretty jam-packed trailer as a whole.
That it was.
It reminded me, and it's weird because it was made the same way the trailers have been made since like, I want to say like mid Stormblood, because originally trailers were like 11 minutes long and it was like, here's this feature for 30 seconds and this feature for 30 seconds. They stopped doing that. And this one, while it was designed like the current trailers, it also still kind of just felt like a showcase of things in some way, because they just kind of rattled through a bunch of different parts of the patch and then showed, just had the MSQ music and stuff and the 24-man music and stuff in the back.
Yeah.
It was quite the time, though. We got a little bit of a teaser about why we're going to the first, about a few cutscenes with Zero and whatnot. I don't need to talk too much about those. But then we had previews of Alo Alo Island, which we'll be talking about later. That's the new variant in Criterion Dungeon.
Say that one more time.
Alo Alo.
Alo. Okay.
It's not Aloha, as much as I would love to call it Aloha Island.
It's like the way you said it the first time. It sounded like you said Alo Alo Island.
Alo Alo.
Alo Alo.
Alu. Alu.
Alo.
There you go. That's it. It's Alu Alu Island. It's perfect. Yeah. Oh, Ivy's going to harass. She heard his name and now she wants to go annoy the crap out of him. I can see behind me. We got to see Asura, who at this point has only been played at NA Fan Fest. It'll be EU in a few weeks. We got to see the new trial. We got to see a few bits of that. We got to see some of the 24-mans, some of the boss models and animations. We got to see a very weird image of Hildebrand where that's that image that I freeze framed on, and then that's also in the Discord is definitely meme appropriate, I would say. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a solid trailer overall. Just a lot of Final Fantasy IV nostalgia again. A few peeks at some of the unique aspects of the dungeon itself, some of the island sanctuary stuff. Just a slew of things. Basically, the only thing not in there was Fall Guys and the potential 16 collab that we'll probably be seeing at some point before 7.0. Anything stand out to you in particular for the trailer?
No, it's just like you said. It was a lot of Final Fantasy IV. I was mainly trying to pay main attention to the 24-man because that's what I'm mostly interested in. And we did get to see a little bit of that further into the live letter. But other than that, yeah, I mean, just your standard trailer with,
It's a nice trailer though. It was a lot of energy in that trailer. It did not rest on its laurels, and I was quite glad for that. Because that's our last trailer for quite some time, Sly. I mean, did we technically get a slightly extended trailer for Dawn Trail next? Saying Dawn Trail trailer is never going to be easy for me. Dawn Trail trailer. Yeah, we got another teaser next month, and then we get the full trailer in January, and then we have the launch trailer next year. But then we also have the benchmark probably some point next year. So it's fine. And maybe there'll be a Fall Guys trailer also for the collab. They've done trailers for collabs before.
They'll just put it in the trailer. You know that. What
do you mean? We already have the 6.5 trailer. There is no other trailer for it. We're done. The 6.5 trailer is done. They're not gonna like re-release it with the Fall Guys part in it.
Why do I keep thinking that you do that for 0.5 trailers?
They don't.
Thinking that every expansion, I keep thinking that like we get the 0.5 and then the 0.55 trailer.
We don't. We most assuredly, because 90% of what's in the trailer now is in 0.55. Because that's like 90% of the patch is not even like on patch release, is what we saw. But I think some of the things we saw are going to keep people occupied even through that initial patch. So going into the actual letter from the producer live, as a reminder, we were correct with our prediction in terms of patch date.
Usually are.
October 3rd for the actual patch, and mid-January, the week after, or, a week after the Japanese fan festival. One thing I had absolutely forgotten, and I saw people saying it, but I couldn't remember the source of why it was the case. 6.51 is not till after EU Fan Fest. Now, they had told us that at the North American Fan Festival, and I had just completely forgotten. The reason being, they don't want to do PvP balance changes 3 days before the European tournament.
Yeah.
So that's nice for me because in case anyone didn't hear, I'm going to TwitchCon. And not just I am going to TwitchCon, I have to go to TwitchCon. Because I am freshly anointed Twitch ambassador. And so you go to the next TwitchCon as when you're newly appointed, pretty much. And so that's a month away. So that's where I'm going. So I will be in Vegas reporting for the European Fan Fest. I'll be in my hotel room. I'm going to strap this thing to my ear right here. Be like, hey, folks, John Madden here with the Quick Pop Popcorn Popper. There you go. See? I'll be like this. Do you know what that's from?
No.
It's from Mad TV. I think Frank Caliendo is the one who does all the John Madden impressions.
The voices, yeah.
Yeah. It's Frank Caliendo. So that's going to be me. That's going to be me reporting like this. I tested this thing. It works pretty good, but I got to give it some more tests because my ear is shaped stupid. So I got to make sure it still sounds all right. But yeah, this is going to be what I look like from my hotel room in Vegas at 3 in the fucking morning because it's in Europe. Oh my God. What a weekend that's going to be.
It's okay. We usually stay up at FanFest during those times anyway. So yeah, you're used to it.
Yeah, but I'm going to be like, I'm in Vegas. I have to somehow get myself to bed and back up and then back to bed again. Thank goodness there's no live letter at Europe. It's only the keynote plus all the panels. So I don't need to do it 2 days in a row. The first time I've been grateful for no live letter at a fan fest. Because I think it's like one of the only times there's ever been no live letter at a fan fest. One of very few times, if at all. Yeah. So that's what we've got. But yeah, so then that's all the patch schedules. October 3rd after EU Fan Fest for 0.51, which will have Criterion, Splendor's tools, number of other things. And then 6.55 for everything else in January. And then that'll have to tide us over alongside Fall Guys and everything until 7.0. Whoop-de-doo. How's that head shaking going?
It's because we've had that conversation so much, and as a reason, will it tide us over? Will we be okay? Is Final Fantasy dying?
I would unplug and replug your mic. It's a little staticky. It sounds like there's like a loose cable or something. It didn't sound that way before, but it sounds that way now. I'll give you a second. Could also just be Discord, but I don't... It sounds not like Discord because it's not even robot-y. It's like... It just sounds like there's a connector loose. While you're doing that, before you come back, I will continue reading off the next slide. All the 6.55 and 6.51 stuff, Tribal Alliance quests, really glad to have that back. Make sure you have all your Tribal quests done up to that point. Then you have the Hildebrand finale, the Manderville weapon finale, where they will be our best weapons, and Splendorous Tools, which I know Sly loves and is very, very glad. Look at that. He's working through the technical difficulties and showing his excitement all at the same time. You all right?
No.
No. What do you mean no? It's still staticky, I could tell. What do you mean no?
No. It was Discord. It was Discord. Automatically determines sensitivity.
Oh, interesting. It just sounds like a cable is loose more than anything else.
Yeah, like I don't know why Discord did that. I guess I restarted something and then reset all my settings, but yeah, I'm fine.
Well, it's still staticky is what I'm telling you, is the thing.
It is?
Yes, it's very staticky still. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like something is loose, is what it sounds like. It's popping. It's got every time. So give that a peek. See, could still be Discord. Who knows? It could be a million things. This is not... Wouldn't be a new endeavor. I'll wait. Hopefully, chat has been enjoying some of the news. I know chat's been already digested a lot of this stuff.
Of course it would go to shit.
Sounds fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Of course it would go to shit during the show.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just shake a cable gets loose. That's why I brought that up, because that's what it sounded like. Because I could do that, and it could shake a cable loose. So I'm used to that by now. It happens.
I move the shit all the time, and nothing happens. I don't know.
It only takes that one final time. That's like, you know, you pour. I don't know. There's an analogy in there somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere there's an analogy. Either way, those are a few more things. They mostly started by recapping what's going to be in 6.5. Lunar Subterranean Dungeon, Zeramis Extreme, the 24-man, the new Unreal trial. So yeah, it was all that fun stuff. But then we get to our first piece of actual news. And if you know me, you know it's big news. They announced the new variant Criterion Dungeon last live letter. Alo Island.
Yep.
And they then moved on and didn't say anything else. In an interview in the last week, they mentioned adding new rewards. And here they have added something else a little more concrete about what those rewards are. In the interview, they said they wanted something that was more visibly representative of you having cleared. Now it says rewards intended to be useful in increasing item level.
I have a couple of problems with this.
Okay, what's the problem? Because this is something that we heavily requested as people who do Criterion Savage.
Yeah. Great. First of all, why now?
I mean, you got nothing to lose. It's something that matters.
Yeah, nothing to lose, but at the same time, it's like
you're just saying, come on, man. Like, why did it take this long? Because we were complaining about this.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, why are you going to put at the end of an expansion? Why are you going to put
I've got two
Okay,
good reasons.
go ahead.
Two good reasons. One, because we already know we're getting variant criteria next expansion. So if you do it now, we get to say if it's good enough or not. And then they can take that feedback and do it next expansion. Because we already know we're getting like 3 or 4 variant criterions. They've already told us that. They even reaffirm it here. Reason number 2, this one in particular is positioned very strangely. It's an odd numbered patch. Now, when Criterion 1 and 2 came out, they were 8 weeks after the tier had released, which is when people really need gear, technically. This one in particular is so far gone from all of that that it needs something extra to even get people interested in doing it in the first place. Like it doesn't have that like, oh, I'm fresh off the raid tier, you know, I just got Biss, and I'm still like, there's like, it's like kind of like a continuity of I just progged and I'm progging again. This is the I'm going to experiment. And more importantly, it doesn't say what that reward is for Savage. If it's a visible reward and it increases item level, they may be going down the ultimate route where they were weapons for ultimate. I'm hoping my like kind of predictive brain is that this is a body piece that's of similar quality to something like an ultimate weapon.
I could see that.
That's what I want. I want it to be a body piece for each role, like a scouting body, a maiming body. I don't think they're going to have done that here. I think it's going to be item level upgrades and that's it, like Tombstone. Like that's what I think it's going to be. I think that's the ideal. I do, however, not share a concern with you, but I do have a concern with this, despite it being good news as well.
Okay.
I don't think item level increases should be Savage only for Criterion.
That was my second thing. Like, they're saying Savage only. I understand. Well, I understand that this might be hard to kind of like, you know, tier it based on the various modes and what certain people get. But yeah, putting it as Savage only when the majority find it difficult to even get a party for this. Yeah, it's kind of, I wouldn't say gatekeepy, but yeah.
It's a tall ask because the big thing is that what the feedback has been more directly is that criteria. So one piece of feedback has been
why
that
the
Savage.
Fuck do we do it?
Yeah. Why would I do this even more than once? Like the mount, you want me to do this 25 times for the mount or whatever? Yeah, it's not just that. Like, obviously, one of the loudest pieces of feedback has been how bad the Savage reward has been. I'd say that is the loudest piece of feedback from the first one. The second one, the feedback then also became how the normal mode was also not good enough. So I think the way that I've portrayed the perfect balance for variant criterion. Variant, I think the only change you make is that you add a roulette for variants, and when you enter, the NPC guides the route. You can't choose the route, just wherever the NPC goes, that's where your party is going. Because I feel like it's a waste to have those 12 paths, and then really the only way you go back in is if you manually decide to go back in. I think 14's at its best when it's giving those things an elongated purpose and allowing you to go in and do them more repeatedly, because the rewards from variant are actually really good. I don't think they need to be adjusted. I think the motivation for going in and the sheer volume of assets they make for this to then just people to do the 12 paths and stop. It's just, I feel like you could do better with it.
Yeah, agreed. I definitely agree that a roulette would lend some credence to redoing this. Or like all of these, I guess, since you're putting all of them in.
Yeah. Criterion normal, I think, should have Tombstone upgrade mats added. Weekly lockout when it first releases, and then later on, another weekly.
Yeah.
Especially because it releases 8 weeks after a tier. So there's 2 demographics you hit with that. One, the people who are already at BIS or near BIS, but want to start gearing other jobs or maybe didn't get lucky on like Tombstone upgrade mats. And number 2, you hit the people who haven't cleared the tier, having another piece of content they can do to get kind of like another edge to ease things out for later.
But at the same time, you got to realize this is earlier than your 24-man.
That's fine. More difficult than the 24 man. So I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the difficulty of even regular Criterion makes that perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, because I was about to ask, like, you good with the timing between this and getting mats from 24 man?
Because I think that's too late. I think that's way too late. By the time that's mats for the 24 man, it's literally just for the people who just don't even like play regularly in the first place. Because yeah, that's like they don't do Savage. Like they clearly don't need the item level because they're not doing anything that needs the item level in the first place. If you're deliberately waiting for the 24 man, which is fine, you know, those people can still get upgrades, but that's what it's when it's added to the 24 man in the hunt, you know, it's great. But I think with this, not to mention the 24 man's also for a lot of people are more about the glam. Like there's a minion at the end, there's the glam, there's the story, there's a lot of other elements that play into that.
Yeah. I mean, but I just like naturally do it just for the coins, like for my weekly coins, but in preparation for when the next one drops and then we get it, you know, everything.
Yeah. And then I think Savage, I think still the body piece is the best idea to do like a body piece for each role. Because Savage is ultimate.
I'll agree with that.
Like they call it Savage, but Criterion Savage is by all virtue an ultimate that's just maybe not as mechanically difficult. Because not dying for 24 minutes straight and racing against the 24-minute enrage that involves clearing an entire dungeon.
That's a huge ask. It's
a big ask for a lot of people. A lot of people don't have that level of consistency, or at least aren't encouraged to try to get there because the rewards aren't good enough. Because I think it could behoove people who want to work on ultimates to do Criterion Savage first, but they just say, I'll just go right into Uwu. That's it. Just go into Uwu and Ukab. Free trial players can do it. Why can't I? Smudge. That's fine. Soon they will be able to. So yeah, we don't know what these rewards are yet. We'll find out in a month when 6.51 comes out. Heard. Yeah. And then he says, provide feedback because it'll affect how we do rewards in 7.0 as well.
Something that's, I mean, while good, I still think it's like
it's still late. Yeah.
I mean, it's still late. And we kind of saw this coming. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna get their shit together and put rewards at this one. And lo and behold.
Yep. It's exactly what happened. I always say it's the third iteration is where feedback comes into play. It happened with Eureka as well.
Yeah, it did. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Because they were like, we were already so far along with developing Pagos that there was no way to do feedback from Onimos. And then we did that for Pyros. It feels like it's the same exact thing here. Even though there's more time between them, I still feel like that's just how it ended up working out. Just with how their development pipeline works. So, well, they'll be getting feedback. All right.
They sure will.
Oh, yeah. Duty support, rounding out everything next. Yep. Yeah. Not a whole lot for me to do a video on this time.
I mean, you've got, all your supports are leveled and everything, and
this isn't that. This isn't trust. This is just the MSQ
trust. It's not trust, but but still.
Yeah, but I've been going through all the old dungeons and checking them out as we go through, and this one really just has.
Oh, you have?
Oh yeah, I've gone through every single remade dungeon, and then back when A Realm Reborn came out, I went through all the old instances like Cape Westwind and La Habrea again. Mm-hmm. Check them out. I mean, I feel like I gotta know what they're like, so when people talk about them, I don't go like, oh yeah, well, you just blast through that in 2 seconds, and they're like, that's not even a trial anymore, dude. What are you talking about? Cape Westwind, he's a beast now at Cape Westwind. My man don't mess around. Cape Westwind's harder than like half of the MSQ in A Realm Reborn now. More than half. Like almost the whole thing he's harder than. I could see a new player dying on Cape Westwind now. I could totally see it happening. My man don't mess around. And with that, now we have duty support for all the dungeons going through Endwalker. The trials, of course, are the next question, which they've commented on recently, but if it's going to happen, it'll happen sometime during Endwalker. I mean, during Dawn Trail. Or after.
And where would they start in terms of trials?
A Realm Reborn? You got to start all the way back at I mean, I guess you could do the hard modes of Titan Garuda and Ifrit too, because they are required for MSQ. You need them to do the 2.5 MSQ. But if they were going to start sequentially, it'd be Moggle Mog. Like, that's the very next trial after 2.0 is done. They already reworked Moggle Mog, and I actually don't think it would be an issue to get the duty support working for it at all now, because the new one is so easy. No, the new one is very straightforward compared to the old one.
Fair.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Job adjustments.
They said like nothing for this.
Not a thing.
They were like,
not a thing.
We'll adjust some jobs within roles and buff some actions, and we're like, and they're like,
that's descriptive,
and we're moving on.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Honestly, the PvP updates were way more exciting from this live letter than anything else anyway.
Oh yeah. Definitely agree.
Big time, especially the Crystalline Conflict stuff. And then Island Sanctuary, which, they went over last time. There was nothing new here. We got to look at some of the rewards later. But, other than that, I got an ivy hair in my mouth that I cannot get out. I just get cat hair in my beard, and then it finds its way into my mouth all the time. Are they even both back there? No, it's just him. I don't know where the heck she went. Oh, man. And then the Fall Guys collaboration, we do have some news about that.
Do we?
Yes, the news is that we'll get news at FanFest. I love news of news. Yeah. I mean, but that's still, I'm glad to know we might get they said we'll get a more precise date there is the big thing. So we're not too far away. I can't help but feel like it'll be like 6.56, which will be, I think, like a month after 0.55. Because I think they're going to want to stagger it.
Yeah, I think they're going to want to stagger quite a bit for the end.
The end! Okay. Sorry, you can't say that around me when I'm talking 14. Just, I got to hear it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, though, they said I think it was either on social media or in an interview, they were hoping to share more 16 collab news before year's end as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see both of them get some news at FanFest. Just hope so. Everyone's hoping for the Torgal Mountain minion. That's the one hope and the one dream. Why no? That's
No, I'm just saying y'all are just so fucking fanatical.
We're so basic. I thought you were gonna say, yeah, all these basic motherfuckers Torgal gotta have that.
Y'all just so fanatical.
Well, yeah, that's a cute dog, man. I'm a cat owner, but I want that pet dog. What that dog doing?
And then February, y'all are gonna want something from Rebirth.
I mean, yeah, but
yeah, fanatical. Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? It's free. It's free real estate. It's literally free real. We didn't get a collab for the first part of 7 because Yoshida said that he doesn't want to pull dev resources away from 7 to like make them make something, and then they have to make something for 7. So I actually don't think we get anything 7 related until like the third part, which is not for another several years.
Yeah.
So wouldn't keep my hopes up on that one anytime soon. I also think with Fall Guys on 16 and probably the return of 15 and like maybe some of the other ones as well, I think they'll have enough stuff kind of just like sprinkled about.
Yeah.
Chat would be like, would you call us final fanatics?
You're like, I'm not drinking right now.
You are drinking. It's just Gatorade.
Mm-hmm. Next up, miscellaneous updates. We get our new custom deliveries person, Margaret.
This is for you, Margaret, right here. I'm not gonna lie. Having played the Elden Ring, I thought you said Margit for a second. I like selectively heard you say Margit.
Too much Elden Ring. New consecutive ethereal reduction function for collectibles. Yay.
It's a good
green dot
thing.
Indicators on.
It's not a bad thing. It's just like, it's one of those things where I mean, ethereal reduction is pretty important now, but it's something that it's like, man, it's like 6 years down the line, too late for me. I'm way past my ethereal reduction days. It saves you a few minutes, yeah.
Green dot indicators on newly locked fish in the fish guide and the ability to store optional items in the armor.
Most important thing on that slide. Definitely. Because it's not like people in the comment section or on Twitch, it's not like they buy anything from there often, you know? It's not like they need a ton of storage space, you know? It's not like they have all these optional items piling, because they would not recklessly buy things off of the Mog Station / online. So they would never do that. Ever.
Yeah.
So it's not like they need all that space.
Teleportation destinations can be sorted by expansion. Good quality of life. And of course, the reward for getting all the 6.x mounts.
I still got to finish all my Golbez kills, because we should be getting Rubicante's mount on October 3rd. That should be exchangeable on October 3rd. Golbez should be in January, and then Zeramis should be, I don't know, I guess I'll say March is probably 6.58, if I had to guess. Just throwing that out there. I don't remember how many weeks it takes, and I don't know if it's going to be the same this time because of the new schedule they took on this expansion. But yeah. Hopefully I get Zeramis to drop before 50 kills, and then I can just go back and get Golbez and then just wait until January. Thank God Golbez was a good trial. Hopefully Zeramis is a good trial as well. And I'm done with Rubicante, so that's like one of the lower trials on my list that I don't need to think about. However, Sly, the next slide has another important bit, one I had forgotten about. The no more item level cheesing for the Duty Roulette Alliance. Now, I'm glad, but I came to an unfortunate realization about this.
And what's that?
EXP and Allagan Tombstone rewards for each alliance raid adjusted according to difficulty and time required. That means, unironically, Nier might be the best 24-man to get in the new roulette. And boy, is that not something I want to say out loud.
But you just did.
But I just did. Because I think it's true. At least as long as it's Puppet's Bunker, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Puppet's Bunker, of course, the best of the Nier raids.
Yeah, because the first one's boring, and the third one is also boring. Because they're both too long. Like the
third one isn't boring. It just drones on.
That's why it's boring.
It overstays its welcome.
Listen, I can only stomach having the Square Enix headquarters thrown at me so many times. That's it. I just don't even want to end up in there. I get that place, and then it's like, oh, would you like to take 3.5 minutes to get to the first boss because they have to dialogue about hacking into the tower? No, I wouldn't. I would prefer to just go in. Thank you very much. Give me Puppet's Bunker. But you know what? I will say this. Nier will not be bad to get in a roulette next expansion. Thankfully. It's just the stat squish has just screwed it. Because it's like fucking slower than it was before. Before it was already kind of slow because it was like the most recent one. Now it's slower because of the stat squish. It's just, if it didn't get even slower, I wouldn't even care anymore. But it's just, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Job adjustments.
Yep, which we already basically discussed. We're adjusting. Moving on. And then they went right into showing Zeramis. They were just like, well, I guess we'll just ride that into zoning into Zeramis, whose remix is baller.
Yeah. When I heard that Zeramis music, I'm like, okay, I'm doing the little Jay-Z head nod.
I'm doing my cat jams right now. Got my cat jams, rat jams, break out the dances, every single one of them. Going ham over in Zeramis. That'll make it easy to do 50 clears on its own. I'll be good for that. I better win that fucking orchestrion roll. Oh wait, no, I win the mount. That'll have the music. What am I talking about? Perfect. I don't need no orchestrion roll. I got that. They showed a few mechanics for it. He had a 1 HP Doom. He had these like tentacle AoEs. He had these expanding AoEs, and he had a tank busting. It's some standard stuff, but you know, Zeramis. He's it's interesting because people were like, "Oh God, another wall boss." He really is like Zodiark, and I'm like, have you not been paying attention to the story? He is quite literally Zodiark. A small piece of him, but quite literally Zodiark.
Does this mean that we can easily get through EX through Danger Dorito?
I sure hope it's another Danger Dorito fight. Just for the joke.
50, yeah.
I've never felt more confident PFing a fight than putting a Danger Dorito over my head and saying, I will guide you to safety. I did the same in Rubicante for the fucking gears, for the fuses and everything. Be like, right here. And then when you screw up, you feel really bad. That one time you get it wrong. Yeah, I'm very excited for Zeramis, even after just seeing the normal mode. It's just because the energy is so hype. So hype.
Yep.
They also said it's not a very puzzle-based fight.
It's more of a execution.
Yeah, which is a lot more like Barbaricha and more like Golbez, which are the best ones we've had this expansion. So, yes.
CC updates with another highlight for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Of course, minimap and UI adjustments. We're getting the new arena, the Red Sands, which they did show off. Now, in regards to the UI adjustments, one big one, I get it's not really that big, but again, it's something that when you really think about it, it's like, oh shit, this is really good to have, even though there's a bar up top that shows you pretty much the same damn thing.
The bar is fucking worthless, man.
So there will be a ring to show you on the actual field where you have to get to stay in the fight.
To
come back essentially.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's not very intrusive to the experience. It's just kind of an outline. It's just a different color outline. And if you're the losing team, you can see that and go, okay, that's the goal. And it's a nice extra visual indicator because looking at the percentages at the top is one thing, but having that, it's such a nice little adjustment to have to see the comeback point.
There also will be a countdown timer to the end of regulation /overtime, because people obviously didn't get it when the music changed, and
no, it's a tunnel for the last 10 seconds and not even realizing the match is about to end. That's the big thing,
right?
They're just like,
right.
Oh, it's over. Oh, we lost. Okay. Because they were off 1v1ing with 6 seconds left on the clock and nobody's on the fucking thing.
Nobody's on the fucking crystal. Nobody's on can somebody step in the crystal?
No, okay. Sly, I'm busy PvPing over here.
I am too. I'm trying to drag this wagon and nobody wants to drag it with me.
Well, then if you're dragging it, then I should be off 1v1ing because that means that they don't need more than another person there. I'm chasing the ninja, Sly. Come on.
That's what leads to the conga line. People dying in the crystal.
Sure does. It's one of many things that causes it.
But yeah, the other UI changes and everything, which again look really, really good. And then we get a preview of the Red Sands.
Oh yeah.
Now I have a few issues with the map, Happy.
What are your issues with the map, Sly?
First of all, if this were a, tournament, like they'll probably include this in like a tournament.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the healing grass, but I know where you're about to go. Like it's counter to the heat mechanic on the map. And now, Happy, when CC first came out, let's see, what's the Wind map name?
Mm-hmm. I knew you were going to say it because there's no way you were bringing Volcanic Heart into this conversation.
Yeah. You did not like Cloud9, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I still don't like Cloud9.
Right. This is kind of like, for me, a more annoying Cloud9.
My issues with Cloud9 are resolvable. I don't have any issues with this map particularly.
Oh,
So the main reason, I have the couple reasons I have issues with the Cloud9 map is it's literally a guard or die style thing. Because if you do not guard the knock into the air, there's a good chance you're just dead. There's literally nothing you can do. The feathers are also one person per feather, which is a pain in the ass as well. If there's two people standing on it, honestly, the game just fucking decides. So those are the main reasons I have. Here, there's entirely counterplay to basically every element of the map provided by the map itself. And a lot of good use for crowd control and whatnot.
Including the quicksand death traps.
Yeah, I mean, you have a choice of leaving it or guarding well, you can guard one. So here's the thing. There are 3 monsters. We actually didn't see one in the live demo, but we saw it in the trailer. There's a 3rd monster that can come out of the quicksand. So the first one is, if the quicksand persists for a long time, it's going to be a pull in and an antlion trap. That one you have so long to play around, and you can guard the pull in if you really want to. Like if that's what you think you need to do, then you can do. But you have so much time to get out of it. The Sabotender, you have time to just get away from, or you could grief people by knocking them into it, or trying to do fights in it, or again, there's play options. The 3rd one, we don't know what it does. It's a Luna Tender, and it gives everyone a buff in the area. I'm assuming it charges their limit gauge, but we don't know what it does. That's in the trailer. You get to see the Luna Tender.
Now, you would think the Luna Tender one would be either look away or look at. Kind of akin to the A rank.
I hadn't thought about that, but it also does have it has a way in near as well. Like it has all the traditional stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a limit break buff, like just educated guess. I don't think it's another heal because you already have the springs and you have the geysers during the heat stroke as well, which heal you for 15,000 a pop if you get hit by them. And then the only other thing would be MP it could be just a damage buff too, but I don't know. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be a limit break charge if I had to guess. And that's it. But I mean, they're all play around. And on top of that, you also have the movement of the sand into the oasis, and you have the speed lanes. So they made sure to include stuff from everything. Yeah. I think this is a prime example of what a PvE map would be better designed around versus whatever the fuck Shatter is. Like if Shatter was more like this, like designed like with these principles in mind, it would be better. Like, let's say if Shatter, you had the ice, and ice could give you points, but you had to do something else within the map in order to actually interact with the ice. Something that, like, the map counters the map. So you're actually playing around objectives and not just beating up ice the entire fucking time.
And you're beating up other people.
Most of the time, people just hit the ice for their free chicken. That's it. People, and now they're going to have to, it's not even going to be free this time. Japan, they got to have to buy that chicken. I'm just saying.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I would rather have a map that has different elements of gameplay around it that are PvE, but all it does is somewhat change how you use the space to PvP.
I was about to say kind of like Rival Wings.
Yeah, I mean, Rival Wings is another good example. It seems like Square's forgotten it's an example at all, but yeah, no, that's a good example.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought the map looks like a ton of fun. I do think competitive people will be less fond of it. I think it's definitely more for the average Crystalline Conflict
player. Hey, let's
player.
just have some fun in TZ. Yeah.
I do genuinely think it is more the for fun map in the game, which is fine because, quite frankly, we lack for fun maps because all of everything except C's sucks for our big style maps, or Square doesn't care about it. And then for our Crystalline Conflict maps, they were largely designed around competitive bits, and this feels more just fun. Just spelled with fun. So I'm excited for this. I think this was, for me, a highlight of the entire thing. Amongst the other changes that they had, even just the little visual changes for skills and the changes to the actual, who's winning, who's losing, checkpoint, all that stuff at the top. So I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, we have Palestra. Palestra is our final destination. Final destination, no items, 3 stock. Let's go. That's our Palestra map right there. We also got to look at the PvP rewards, and we got everything from more John Dark Souls armor for the series rewards to more anime protagonists for the trophy crystal rewards.
Yeah, it looks like some the world ends with you type shit.
The one on the right reminds me of Chie a little bit, but like more anime than Chie. Because Chie is just real basic from Persona 4. It's just got like that same kind of vibe to it,
Mm-hmm.
But then, they throw on some belts and shit just to make it a little more anime. That's all. But that's trophy crystals, and there haven't been really much to do with trophy crystals up to this point, so it's nice to have something else to spend those on. For the anime gear, that is.
Yeah.
Then we had Thalia, which there isn't really much to say about. It just looks good.
It looks... When it did the initial, like, pan into the title, I'm like, can we get this as a fucking housing?
Stop. Stop. There's enough of the housing request. We're done with those.
No. Because it looks so good. It looks so good.
So do a lot of other places, Sly. We can't live everywhere. Hell, we can't even live in the places that we currently have available half the time. Just ask anyone here who's been trying to get a house. People waiting on the Crystarium. Yeah, the Crystarium penthouse. People waiting on apartment sizes to be made big. Y'all like, can I live in this 24-man area in the Phantom Realm? Greedy, Sly. Greedy. But other than that, yeah, it looks beautiful. We saw a lot more of it in the trailer than we did here, but, it's still nice to see here. And then we got to see the armor for it, which is very white. Probably dyeable, but the default was very white.
Yeah.
White tank armor, white aiming armor. Except, well, actually, the ninja one was dark by default, which is the same scheme as the aiming one, but just dark instead.
Caster was too.
Wait, you're not going to believe this, Sly, about the caster gear? You're not going to believe this. It's a robe.
I hate you.
Shocking. Shocking, I know. And you know what? I'm willing to bet the healer one is the same robe, but in white. That's a crazy prediction, but I think it might be true.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
It's
a safe bet.
Sorry, I thought I heard Ivy messing with something. She's not.
We get a few housing items. Get some flowers for indoor.
Elpis flower patch. The Alps.
You get a bunch of stairs.
The stairs, I think, are fucking hilarious. Because for years, Sly, people have built housing contraptions to get to the top of their house. And after years of having housing, we got houses in 2.1. Now, a decade later, they're like, fuck it, here's some stairs. You want to get to the top of your house? Here's some fucking stairs. I approve, but it's funny.
And then, of course, we have the Garlemald hanger.
Yeah, it just looks cool. Thematic, I suppose. The next one should probably interest
it looks, but like the thing is, I could just imagine someone having a Paisa house and then like next to the Paisa house, like Garlemald hanger. Just so.
All right, HSA.
Ass backwards.
Like, excuse me, but your house mismatches. I'm going to leave a note on your thing. I'm going to ask you as your neighbor to change it because I don't like the way it looks. It's ruining the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Fucking HOA. Yeah, HOA, not HSA. Oh, no, maybe it's housing shit ass.
Sure.
Well, when you're acting like that in 14, you might as well be.
I'm just saying.
The next one should be of interest to you because these outfits are not only a little bit more in the way of like dark casual wear, but they're also very likely from maps.
Yes.
So.
Which means money.
Money. Mine's just Unreal money. That's all my money is, Unreal money as of late. And with Thornton, probably going to be more.
And then after the casual, we have the Nekomimi.
Yeah, this one's a lot like Kryle's, but it has the toe bean gloves.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing. I didn't even care about the hood. I noticed the toe bean gloves immediately. And this one, I believe, is from Island Sanctuary. Well, I mean, maybe the first ones are too, because they kind of just squeeze all these images together, and then they say that might be related to Island Sanctuary. So we don't really know when the translation matches up to the slide precisely. Because it'd be weird for all of these to be islands. Actually, no, it wouldn't be that weird, because that outfit is worn by... Is there a mammoth that wears an outfit like that too? I think there might be. I don't recognize the gloves, but either way. Oh, yeah, they are very similar also the first. I wonder what the new map glam would be then, because we almost always get a new map glam like every patch. So maybe they didn't show that. Or maybe they showed it last time and I don't remember. But yeah, these are probably all Island Sanctuary. As that reminds me, because the dark set does remind me of some of the old Island Sanctuary sets we got earlier on. And then we have Kappa.
One day, I don't know when, I'm gonna make a video of like all the creepy suits that we have in game, like the rabbit, you know, that's like Donnie Darko creepy. Like I hate that fucking rabbit suit. The elephant suit, just all the suits, and just make like a scary ass video. I might do that for Halloween. I don't know. Is this just why?
You mean stylish outfits, right?
No, Creepy.
Stylish.
Creepy.
Sly, it's about to be October. These things are perfect.
Yeah.
It looks so innocent, too. And you want to know what's funny about this outfit?
So does the rabbit.
You want to know what's funny about this outfit the most?
What's up?
It's who you have to thank for it. None other than the grandfather of Final Fantasy himself, Hironobu Sakaguchi. This was his personal request.
Yay.
You're welcome. What a man. He's going to be at EU. Maybe someone will bring it up to him. Yeah, I can't wait to see it all over his social media too. God knows he's going to be super glad to show it off. Wonder where it comes from. It says it'll be implemented later. So like something closer to 7.0. So it's not going to be in the game for quite a while, the Kappa suit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Then they showed off some mounts. We have what is either the variant or Criterion mount, and that of the Pixie. Now in the trailer, that Pixie is a fucking gun. Just a straight up handgun. Like a revolver even. So that means it's either variant or Criterion. It also has the music in the back. I'm hoping it's the 12 pads for variant and not the Criterion mount. But there's no way of knowing until we actually, get into the patch, into 6.51. So, curious about that. They show us Olmec as a minion, screaming.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple is great. I love Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, we're still bring it back. We have a little mammoth.
Yeah, who's going on vacation. Even as an emote where he puts the floaty, the tube around his waist. And he goes, yeah! There's the fucking Luna Tender mount. Oh my god. Now this is a weird mount. It just lurches about at like mount speed, but then when it's flying, it does like a I don't know. What is this called when it does the thing? It strikes a pose. It's not a pirouette.
T-posing?
Yeah, I guess it's not really T because it lifts the leg too. Is that a pirouette? I don't know what a pirouette actually like looks like. I just know it's a term for like ballet and stuff. So I'm not a ballet expert, a ballot expert, if you will. I don't know much about ballot and ballot dancing. Maybe one day. Then we get the trike tractor, which is from Island Sanctuary. Yeah, brother, I got this tricycle right here. We're gonna strap a tow to the back, and we gonna track the tractor.
We're gonna do what to the what?
Track the tractor.
You gave it a shot. I appreciate the good old college try. You gave it a shot.
No, that still works. That's why it's called the tractor. Besides, given what I'm saying right now, it almost makes more sense.
Okay.
Sips PBR and fires up the tractor, baby. Oh my god. That's fine. It's another tractor. Honestly, the UFO mount was my other highlight for what is, I'd assume Hildebrand. I don't know if they'll just give us the UFO for beating Hildebrand or if they're going to make it like MGP or something. What do you think? Where's the UFO going?
Did you just call it UFO?
Yeah, the UFO. Yeah, the UFO.
The UFO is going to be in Hildebrand.
Now, what if it's from Asura? Get an UFO from Asura? Because we are assuming Asura is Hildebrand.
Yeah.
So maybe just make it like they've done minions before, but they have 100% drop rate. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did I put in for Greg?
they had minions. They've had like Enkidu and a couple of other things.
No. Yojimbo Greg.
Oh, I don't think he had anything.
Okay.
They have for some, they have for others. Yeah, they've had like Bardings too and whatnot before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Yojimbo had a Barding. There you go. It had the Yojimbo Barding. That's what it had. It did have something.
Oh.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, maybe the UFO can go there. That's a good place for the UFO. What are you shaking your head for?
He's just going to keep saying it.
I'm just talking about the mount. It's the UFO mount.
Nobody says UFO. Nobody.
Literally one person in front of you saying UFO.
Yeah, I understand. Plan improvements to server infrastructure.
This one's kind of been a hot topic.
Is it for what reasons?
The reasons being because it's literally either super useful or absolutely useless, and there's literally no in between.
There's no in between.
Yeah,
okay. Glad we're on the same page. Yeah. So remember the beginning of Endwalker?
Yeah.
How we couldn't log in. I mean, we could, but you'd go take a nap or go do some grocery shopping and come back and then still not be in the game. Well, do we have news for you? We're gonna have a cloud DC as an option to kind of alleviate this. And no, not as in from Final Fantasy VII. No, just the cloud. Yeah.
I just got scared because I heard a Discord sound and I realized that it's because I have an actual internet tab open for Discord and that doesn't auto mute because there's no streamer mode. So I was like, where did that come from? Yeah, so what they're starting with is a stress test.
Yeah.
And that's only for North America because they know we break shit. They know where to go. They know what we're reliable at.
Yep.
And that's going to be an option in 6.5, and they just want us to beat the shit out of it and see how reliable it works. Now, the question people have is, what is the point? We literally have an entire data center that has been utterly abandoned because everyone just makes characters there and then fucking leaves. So why does North America also get to test this, and what would even be the benefit of having it when we have this entire extra data center as is? So here's what could happen. One, cloud servers can be dynamically scaled at a moment's notice. They can increase capacity, they can scale down capacity, so they can use it and have a high scale for expansion launches, and then when no longer needed, go down in terms of their scaling. And they don't have to worry about all the hardware and getting parts installed and all that other shit that comes with the last several years that we ran into because they couldn't do server upgrades because they didn't have the parts and all that. That's probably the biggest thing. It does come with other potential benefits, but the whole game would have to be moved to cloud servers for those benefits. So it seems like an unlikely thing. And that would be like easier, like cross data center party finder and stuff like that. Like other goals they've wanted to realize. I think they're not going to use it for that. I think they just want it for expansion launches. It seems to be implied well enough from what they said here that they just want it for that initial kind of, scaling up. However, this isn't the first time they brought up cloud servers. The last time they brought them up, they said they looked into it and the latency was shit. And that's why they didn't do it. So the other side is you might be able to play the game, but not really. Because if it's not performing well enough, it will be unplayable despite you being logged in. So that's the thing. That's why it's either absolutely useless or great. The big thing is with cloud servers, what the East Coast people could have way better ping. That could help a lot. Because it's no longer traveling to the physical location on the West Coast. Which if it works well, East Coast people could play with West Coast ping potentially. Probably not that good, but better than 100 plus like they do currently.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of potential benefits. We just need to beat the shit out of it first. So I will participate in beating the shit out of it.
And then we come to the point where we have a few more announcements. Usually what we call QVC.
Now it's QVKFC.
Took it away from me. God damn it. You know what I feel about this? I feel like they missed a perfect opportunity because we have the Moogle, we have the Chocobo in the KFC hat. Why couldn't we have a little Omega?
Omega. just get I mean his chicken tenders. Yeah, that's a pretty big opportunity.
And they just missed a perfect opportunity.
They come ready to fry. To be fair though, the meal doesn't have any chicken tenders in it.
They just could have done a little commercial with like the in-game Colonel, and then he just looks back, and then Omega's like, "Chicken, I'm ready to fry."
They've already made that joke once before. Maybe they thought it was played out. They made that joke with April Fools.
Yeah, the April Fools joke.
Yeah. Maybe they thought it was played out for whatever reason. But yeah, we saw a teaser for this on social, and all anyone's been saying since is, I guess Soken couldn't get a Lawson's deal again.
No.
Now, KFC
we had to go official.
KFC is enormous in Japan. It's infinitely better and more popular in Japan than it is in America. And also, ironically, not the first time Square has worked with KFC, because they did it in China also with that eating challenge that they had. Yeah. They had an eating challenge. I think it was a $40 like chicken bucket or something, like a $40 meal or something. And you had to like eat the whole thing in like 20 minutes or whatever. I don't remember. They had something in China like that as well. But yeah, no, KFC is infinitely more popular. I mean, there's like legends around KFC. It's a Christmas tradition in Japan. Like, it's huge. When I was in Shinjuku, the biggest sign on the street was the KFC sign. It's way bigger there. It's so much bigger there than it is in America.
But yeah, we get the KFC collab with what's up?
They get the KFC collab in Japan.
Correct. So yeah, Japan gets the KFC collab. They get a few stickers and whatnot, and they get a eat chicken emote, which, I mean, to be fair, we did get the eat pizza and they didn't.
Some people got eat pizza. Definitely not we.
No,
a lot of people did not get it.
I didn't. I did not.
I only got it because I did the commercial.
Yeah.
I'm the crying on the pepperonis guy. And Europe's over there like, wow, what are you guys talking about? Must be nice.
Nothing.
It's okay, EU. It's okay. We'll fill you in later.
Talk about food. Yeah. But yeah. This may come to other locales and may not. Who knows? And that's up to the goddess of the online store /
I
mod
don't think
station.
she's in charge of this. I don't think she handles the online store, and because if these are promotions in one area, they have to be promotions in another. Is the problem
right? So what I'm saying is like, how do we get it? Like
AFC, I'd imagine, would be how we would get it as well.
No. So you're saying we're gonna get our own KFC collab?
It's
like,
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No. What I'm saying is, are we getting it at a later date?
Oh yeah, I mean, if at all, probably at a later day. Yeah, it's not gonna be anytime soon.
Yeah, we're not getting Bojangles. Like, it's only down south. Like, they're not like for a company whose office is based on the West Coast, mind you. We're not getting a down south, collab with Bojangles, even though like they're up north too. So, yeah, no, that's possible. I wish, but either way. Next up, the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG.
Yep. I'll be in a Baldur's Gate mood because you're gonna be in a. I need a gate from 14. I don't know any of the gate names. I don't know any of what's a gate? Name one gate, Sly.
You think I can remember a gate?
Sly? Yes. I do.
Slice is right.
Leap is not it. No, wrong. That's the different gate. That's not what I meant. I meant like the name of a gate, like Serpent's Gate. Is that one? It's probably one. It's generic enough. The point is, we're getting a tabletop. It comes with D20s and D6s. It comes with several campaigns. That's true. Baldur's Gate is also not an actual gate. This is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Eden's Gate. That's funny. Anyway.
Yeah. But what when you first heard about this, what did you think?
Of?
Seeing as we've done a one shot.
My rolls in that one shot are way better than my Baldur's Gate rolls, let me tell you. Let me put it this way. In our one shot, me rolling a 1 was the best thing that happened. Not the case in Baldur's Gate. When I rolled a 1 in our one shot, I gained the echo. And then I beat ass for the rest of the campaign. In Baldur's Gate, I roll a 1 and a trap blows me off the edge.
Wow.
That's exactly what happened last night. Trying to disarm a trap. I rolled a 1 and it was a pushback trap, so it fucking blasted me off of the universe.
I think I know where.
You sure do, Mr. Lathander.
The blood of Lathander. Please tell me. By the way, please tell me y'all got the got the weapons so you could disarm it, or.
Well, we just disarmed it with disarm traps. I rolled poorly and died.
No. The actual trap for the blood of Lathander.
Oh yeah, no, we just threw the thing on there and it was done.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good that you didn't have the Indiana Jones it. Yeah. Yeah, this will be out in May. And this is a starter set. So what I'm imagining is that there will be expansions.
There is actually an additional book that it comes with a campaign that they say takes about 2 hours, but they've already said that there is another book that has a bunch of extra campaigns and then a basic rule set book in case you want to homebrew anything. So they've got a bunch of stuff there already planned. I think it's a good idea. It's very timely too. I think that even amongst people who don't normally play tabletop, I think Baldur's Gate, people realizing, kind of people who don't really think about the D&D connection and like the dice rolling and everything, and then having a tabletop. I just think it's a good time to even have like a pre-order for it available.
Yeah.
So, and not to mention people love one shots and tabletops and whatnot versus homebrewing everything. It's just way quicker. And then it's just, we have the free trial going up to level 70 in, a few days, just as soon as the patch goes live. So that's where our Eureka comes in, our Free Cobb, our Fruwu, our Heaven on Free, for Alafrigo, all the things you've gotten used to for level 70. We have the patch note reading, and there will also be a 24-hour maintenance for patch 6.5. So hopefully those of you who don't know what to do when the game is down, enjoy staring at a wall. And then that's it, pretty much. There's just, EU FanFest next month, and here's the KFC image again. Overall, really compact live letter. It helps that it was on the TGS stage. They can't, go off on big tangents. Which, as much as I kind of like the long live letters, I'm very glad to have one that's kind of forced to be in a time frame. And the last several have been that way. They've been kind of forced into a small time frame with them, and it just makes the hours they're on so much easier to deal with. So I appreciate it. Personally, I appreciate it.
Same. This was one of our later, well, for me, later live letters, as it was at TGS. So I wasn't trying to be up all night.
No,
I was kind of tired anyway. So luckily they kept it compact. They kept it succinct. And went to bed right after.
Can't ask for much else other than that. All right. Well, with that though, we're good. We got it covered, which is actually, it fits. It's kind of nice because we actually we have to do 2 shows this week because we have the patch note. We have our own preliminary patch note reading on Friday, so we'll have our show for that as well. So we actually get double the State of the Realm this week, even though we got to miss a little bit last week. And then we'll obviously have a show for Patch First Impression, spoiler cast. We'll have a FanFest show. We'll have a variant Criterion show as we have before. And we'll just be, jumping through all the different topics going through the new year until January rolls around. And then we'll have FanFest shows and whatnot. We'll probably come up with a few filler shows in that meantime as well. Quite the time. And then we get to go quiet for a little bit. Especially around okay, I'm going to tell you all right now, end of January, you're not seeing either of us for 3 weeks. Because the universe has decided that no other games are allowed to exist. Other than, Persona 3, Like a Dragon, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Grand Blue Relink, just a couple of small titles to throw in there, all within 5 days titles of each other.
A lot of indie titles around that time.
I don't know why it had to work out that way.
We really haven't had a hell month this year.
That's a hell 3 days because Tekken 8's there.
Yeah,
too,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We haven't had a hell month this year. And then
every month's been a hell month this year. Bullshit. I haven't been able to stop. I haven't even gotten to play everything. Not to mention next month, I haven't even playing Spider-Man. That's going to be out. Amongst all the 6.5 stuff and TwitchCon and EU FanFest and whatnot. Followed by Star Ocean 2. Followed by Super Mario RPG Remake. Followed by Dragon Quest Monsters. Just doesn't stop, Sly. Infinity Strash for Dragon Quest out in 4 days. I still haven't even played the Silent Hope demo. What am I supposed to do? More Elden Ring crowd control. Got it.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta get that set up.
Separate ways. I gotta do separate ways. Forgot about that.
Yes, for Resident Evil 4. Phantom Liberty, also for Cyberpunk for some peeps.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. With that, though, I think that we are all set for this show.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, another Pokemon DLC, too. Good thing the first DLC only took a day. That's it. All right. Well, everyone, that is going to be a wrap for this episode of State of the Realm. Like I said, we'll be live again Friday a little earlier in the day because Sly needs me to go live. So probably maybe like, 10 a.m. Pacific? 11 a.m.? What do you want?
10 a.m. Pacific. What time is that?
It's 1 p.m. for you.
I mean, hold on. What did Chris say?
Okay.
She said my first event is 1 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, so when do you want to do next week's show? I mean, 5 days from now show.
I guess early in the bumfucking morning. I don't know.
8 a.m.?
That's 11 a.m. for me. You sure?
Okay. There you go. I don't know what I'll do for an hour before that, but I'll have an 8 a.m. State of the Realm next week. Just an hour into my start time. It'll be fine. Yeah. All right. That's the plan. With that, we're ready to sign off for this show. Unless you got something else that you wanted to share.
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you, Sly, for taking the time out on a Sunday when you could be watching the Dolphins game right now.
Jesus Christ, what did they do?
Yeah, no, chat's been talking about it the whole time. I noticed that the score was pretty wild.
What the fuck?
70-20, I believe chat said it was. Last they said something.
My God.
Yeah, it's your team that's up to 70, so that's at least something to look forward to. Can't remember the last time I saw a football game the last time I saw a football game where one of the scores.
That's a basketball score.
The last time I saw a football score that looked like that when I was playing NFL Blitz in fucking 2001. That's the last time I saw a score that looked like that in football. Jesus Christ.
Whew.
Well, at least you've got that. You can end the show on a positive note knowing that fucking blasting.
Yeah.
With that, Sly, thank you for taking the time away from your football game because now you get to rewatch that and see how the fuck that happened in the first place. Have fun with that.
Yes.
And then enjoy Cowboys Cardinals, according to chat, should you so desire it. Yeah. Sly, what you got going on? Tell the people what you're doing.
Well, today besides football and then raid. This week I had to do separate ways. Of course, F-Zero because F-Zero.
F-Zero 99.
Yes.
What a fucking time.
The game we all asked for, but it is fun. It is fun. Can I get back to Berseria? Thursday night football watch party, of course. LunarCon this upcoming weekend. I'll be DJing Saturday night. It'll be an all purple and gold party. So purple and gold. That's the theme. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this coming week. And thank you for getting State of the Realm set up so now I can put my schedule out for the week. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Twitter, twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox, Twitter @Sly the Fox. You know where to find me. I ain't hard to find. Haps, what about you?
Oh, you can find me just making do with my time. I've got a bunch of stuff planned. Right now I'm doing an Elden Ring crowd control, which is where people can just mess with me nonstop. Every boss is a gamble. I'm just a witness to what happens in Elden Ring crowd control. Because I could be doing really well against something on my own, and then somebody just says, I'm going to instantly kill the player. Look at me. I'm so funny. And then they summon balls on my head, and then the balls crush me to death, but then they charm the balls, and now the balls work for me. But do they really work for me? It's been wild. And I'm going to be doing crowd control Super Mario RPG, which has a whole bunch of weird stuff. It even has like disabling your individual buttons so you can't use certain commands, which is one of the boss mechanics in that game. So it's funny that you can do it whenever you want with the crowd control. So that's going to be wild. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I have Blitzball on the 26th because I owe that from my last Streamathon. I have Jackbox the same day. I have giveaways that day. And that's the day, that's the start of September's gifted sub discounts for the rest of the month. And then I'll probably...
tomorrow?
26th.
Is that tomorrow?
26th. Tomorrow's the 25th. So that's in 2 days, basically. It's on Tuesday, which is kind of rough because I also have to do Unreal stuff that day, but it's fine. Either way. And then for the rest of the month, they'll have the gifted sub discounts, which, I'll have Elden Ring and whatnot for that. Maybe even do some Final Fantasy Shuffler. I started a modded playthrough of 7 because I feel like Rebirth News. I got to play Remake and Dirge, and I got Ever Crisis right here pretty much in front of me the whole time whenever I just want to look down and spend some resources. So I've got a lot going on. I'm trying to stay busy. And on the YouTube side of things, it's just all 7 and 14 right now. And we'll see when that changes in the near future. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in all the same. Don't forget to tune in for Friday's show for the patch notes. And also thank you to our sponsors who I didn't thank at the start of the show because I just wanted to get the show going. Thank you to our sponsors over on Patreon for supporting. They don't have to. They choose to. All the content's available for free on the YubTubs. And so, yeah, thanks to them. And then also thanks to Steel Series and Green Man Gaming, always for the discount codes and all that good stuff. With that, we're going to go into a short post show. I need to pee like a monster, and then I got to hit the gym. I got to make sure I do chest on Sunday today. I can't slack because I did chest on Monday last week, and it was a fucking nightmare because every motherfucker shows up to the gym like, yeah, it's a new week. What am I going to do? Every motherfucker does it on every Monday, and Mondays be crowded as fuck because everyone be like, oh, yeah, it's new me, new week, new me. Whatever. I'll wait till Monday. That's when I'm going to hit the gym again. Gone by Friday. Every fucking week. Every time. That's it. Just wait till New Year's. I ain't going to the gym when New Year's rolls around. I ain't fucking doing it. I ain't going January 1st. I ain't trying to deal with that shit. Sly's like, you done? You good?
You good?
I'm good.
You good, homie?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
We're going to go into a short post show then. And I didn't change the outro from the last show, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll go into it. It just has Zepplin's name, and it's not like it's that big a deal. Oh, did I just break OBS? Okay, I thought I broke OBS. It froze on my end for a second, and I was like, uh-oh. I can, Sly, funny thing, I can straight up never find the outro that's just for us. I found a random one that's the wrong one, but it looks good. Yeah, that looks cool. Are we
even in the outro yet?
No, we are now. Yeah, so thanks, everyone. We'll see you We'll see you in 5 days.
Hey, there was no cut point.
But see, we're not there. Bye. Now there's the cut point now.
Boom.